What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. And I never talked about this topic when it first happened. This was like 2 weeks ago. But I remember the rapper DEE-1. I believe DEE-1 is from New Orleans, Louisiana. If I'm wrong, y'all can correct me. But I remember DEE-1 when he first was like on the scene. He came to my alma mater, Mississippi Valley State University, when BET was doing like the HBCU tours or whatever. And he was with BET, him and like Luke James and those individuals or whatever. Real gracious man, real honorable stand-up individual from what it seemed, the way he interacted with all the student body at the school and from just me individually. Real solid dope man. But DEE-1 came out and he challenged certain rappers. Rappers like Meek Mill, Rick Ross, Jim Jones, who preach good work within the community and etc. He challenged them to change the content in their music. To change it from being just on violence to being on like murder music type stuff. And he challenged them to kind of like to do better within the content because he believed in them and he said, look, I believe that you can do better. I believe that you can rap about other things and do other content that is not just marketed towards the killing of black men. Right? And I'm paraphrasing, but that was along the lines of what he was saying. Jim Jones got wind of what DEE-1 said. He goes on Sway show. And instead of just like, he could have, even if he disagreed, he could have just left it at, hey man, I preach what I preach in my everyday life. My music is just my entertainment, etc. He goes to trying to threaten DEE-1, to talk some gangster shit to a dude that ain't coming to him on no type of gangster time, that does not embody anything gangster, right? He come to DEE-1 like, keep my name out your mouth, homie. Keep my name out your mouth because my cousin might not like what you said. He might not like how you talking about me and might want to knock your head off. Ooh, talking real aggressive, talking real street shit with all this street bravado, talking with his chest poked out, saying with his chest like he's just the ultimate killer if you ain't never seen such. And I'm like, look at this dude. See, he really don't even recognize that he's proving DEE-1's point with doing all of that. Right? Instead of just respectfully disagreeing, here he come trying to talk with some violent talk to a dude that's non-violent. Trying to talk aggressive to a dude that ain't no killer, shooter, none of that in his music. Straight up stand-up dude, you want to talk street war with him. Talk about somebody else putting hands on him and knocking his head off. All that silly stuff. I'm like, yo, even if you disagreed, you can do that without threatening with violence and stuff. Like, are you for real, dog? Like, see, and I've liked Jim's music. For real, I really have become a fan of Jim's music from way back to Hustler's Poem. No, Summer with Miami. No, excuse me, Diary of a Summer. That it had Summer with Miami on the album and stuff. Jim really grew on me as a rapper, right? And I even challenged myself because I'm not with black genocide. I'm not with black men killing other black men, but I still be listening to the trap and drill music, right? And I that is hypocritical of me. I enjoy the music, but I do know it's harmful, and it can be harmful in certain ways. And I do know that I resonate with DEE-1 saying that I'm not for black genocide. Excuse me, black genocide, right? But even with saying all of that, like Jim, and me liking Jim's music, Jim is an older man who really never grew up mentally, right? Jim still rep the stuff that young boys should rep. He's still proud of things that young boys should be proud of, like being gang affiliated, being a street dude, being around certain street members and being a blood and being around the Bloods and bringing the Bloods here and repping the Bloods high within the diplomats and making the Bloods cool and making it cool to rep it and all that type of silly shit. That's the stuff that he is proud of and the stuff that he preaches and the stuff that he stands on. That's also the reason why Jim, you can tell Jim is not grown mentally. He still dresses like a 25-year-old man instead of a 40-year-old. Like, and I don't like that, man. That brother ain't come to you with no malice or no like he ready to do something to you or ready to kill and die behind what he was saying, and you want to take it to you want to put hands on him and do some violent, cause harm to him. That's clowned out to me. That's childish, And my thing is this, I'm looking at how he moving with DEE-1. See, I don't respect men who tough with only certain individuals. You only tough with certain men, right? You not tough. If you tough all the way around, cool, whatever. I don't respect it. You ain't tough when 50 was coming at you, calling you a snitch for them conversations you had on the phone with D9, about 6ix9ine and how you never got in trouble for that, and the feds had wiretaps on you allegedly and all of that, and he called you a snitch and all of that. You wasn't going this hard coming with this type of bravado, talking about doing some harm, bodily harm to 50. Why is that? Because you know that man has a chance of doing bodily harm to you? Is that what it is? See, I don't like men like that. Don't pick and choose and play tough with people you want to play tough with. Whack 100 calling you all out your name, talking crazy to you, right? And you ain't coming with this type of bravado. You defending yourself, but you ain't coming like it's just funny how he just so gangster with certain people, right? You ain't coming with that type of bravado that you coming to D1 with. You ain't take that to 50 Cent. You ain't take that to Whack 100. Better yet, for all my Chicago people, you ain't take that to JoJo Capone. Okay? And everybody in Chicago know JoJo Capone. If you don't, look up JoJo Capone and Jim Jones. JoJo been had a problem with you for years and expressed that and expressed how he has a dislike for you, a strong dislike for certain things that you do, how you move, etc. And has talked about it for a long time. And you can hear a rat piss on cotton when JoJo name come up or around Jim. Jim don't want to talk about that. He ain't said nothing to JoJo with that aggressive force because he know JoJo is a man that will meet him with the same amount of force or even a force times 10. So I don't respect men who want to play bully and play tough with people who they know ain't trying to be tough with them in the first place. That's not honorable to me. To me, it's almost cowardly because you ain't tough with the people who want all that smoke with you. But you want to take it to D1 and act so gorilla and so all this talking about your cousin and knock his head off. Just wild stuff to me. And I'm like, Jim, well, knock it off, Jim. Cut it out. Ain't nobody that's uncalled for. It's just really lame to me. But Jim got a lot of growing up to do as a man. And, listen, I'm proud of the brother how he's come as a rapper. He's a businessman and he's taking care of his family. That's dope. But to try to want to cause bodily harm and threaten a dude and just say, hey, man, I think we can rap about different things. I think they can do better. These are talented brothers. I love y'all. He said, I love these brothers. I love y'all. But I think y'all could change up certain parts of elements in the music to match what you're representing outside of the music. And Jim felt like he should be, he had to threaten dude for that. Jim felt the way about it to where he want to talk gorilla talk and want to, it's weird to me. That whole situation was just weird and clowned out. And if you ask me, some of what Jim got in him has led to certain fallouts and certain relationships that he's had with other people that was around him at one point. But man, I don't respect it. That shit was just clowned out to me. I'm like, look at Jim ass, mid-40s, acting like he's 26, 24. Jim the type of dude that come around Jim the type of dude that be around some young boys and want to talk about how tough he was and how tough he is and show dudes guns and stuff when he come around to make it look like he's just this mafioso and he really the capo regime for real. Capo. Capo, you the capo in the rapping. You're not the capo regime for real in the dang on mob. Relax. It just, I just thought it was wild, man. But that maybe that's just me. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.